Good afternoon, card community. It is RJ. It is Sunday, so it is time for the Sunday Trivia Recap. All right. Hope you all had a great week. I hope you're looking forward to some great trivia and prizes we can give away today, all right? Monday. Question was, Jackie Robinson was traded to the New York Giants after the 1956 season in a deal that sent him to the Giants for some other player and I believe some cash considerations. I said, who was that other player? Now, let me show you because it actually talks about the trade on the back of this guy's card. So, from 1979, this is the TCMA Stars of the 50s card of Dick Littlefield. If you see, this is Dick Littlefield. He was on the Pirates in that picture, but even on the back of his card, here's the sentence right there in the middle. He has the distinction of being the player traded for Jackie Robinson in the 1956 Dodger-Giants trade, which was voided when Robinson quit baseball. So in other words, Jackie decided rather than go to the Giants, he would simply retire. He did, and that deal was never consummated, but it was pitcher Dick Littlefield who was involved in that trade. What you playing for? 1986 Steve Carlton O-Pee-Chee card. It's a little miscut. I don't believe these are sharp corners or kind of like, it's kind of like a parallelogram cut. I don't think it's that the registration was off. I think the card is cut poorly because you can see the registration looks off, but I think it's just it's a slant cut on the sides for some reason, unfortunately. But that is your card you're playing for. You do is up here on the screen. As always, we're kind enough to throw out a guess. We will shuffle once and spin. You must hit 3 times in order to win on my channel. I do that for 2 reasons. One, because so few people enter in. I have that ability. Secondly, I never liked it when I was in a big contest where they spun 100 names on the board. 1 spin gave away a prize, and you kind of felt a little drat. And in cases of a giant group of people, you kind of have to do one and done, otherwise it would take forever. But since so few people enter, I have that ability and I choose to do so. So you must hit 3 times to win on my channel. We will shuffle once and spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. Hope you had a great week. I don't want to say I had a great week. I had a normal week. Work, sleep, eat, repeat. That's the way it goes in the adult world, I suppose. But I did pick up a couple cool things I'm going to be showing off this coming week, so do stop back for that. I should say this, everybody up here on the screen was kind enough to throw out a guess, but it's all regulars, so nobody new and noteworthy to highlight. But just want to make sure you guys see your name is on the board, okay? But yeah, nothing outrageous, but I did, that was 3 quick ones. Wow, boom, boom, boom. For Bears baseball card, Jesse, congrats to you, sir. You'll be getting this awesome Steve Carlton card. Hope you enjoy Steve. Moving on to Wednesday's question. 1936 Hall of Fame election. The 1936 Hall of Fame election, famously the first class, 5 legendary Hall of Famers elected. Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Ty Cobb, Christy Mathewson, Walter Johnson. I said, who was number 6? Who was it in that first vote in 1936 who fell just shy? And the answer was Napoleon Lajoie. Here is a T206 reprint card of Napoleon Lajoie. He is the man who came in 6th and was under the 75% vote. So he obviously got in subsequent years, but he failed to make it that first year. That was the answer. The card you're playing for, a really clean Carlton Fisk 1980 card, the sharp corners, Great centering, decent centering. I shouldn't say it's not perfect, but, it is a awesome Carlton Fisk card. That's what you're playing for. And again, the individuals up here on the screen were kind enough to throw in a guess. Bear, Jesse, where's my cursor? Come here. Bear is out. Jesse, you can only win once a week on my channel. Everybody else is still up for grabs. Again, no newbies here. Nothing to call attention to, but we will shuffle once and spin. Good luck to everybody on that one. But I was saying, if you saw last week's video, or maybe it was a couple weeks ago, or recently, I highlighted recently that I had completed and finally acquired all of the Donruss 3x5 All-Star cards, the cards that Donruss issued in their own packs back in the mid-80s, highlighting stars of the game on a 3x5 cards, sold in their own packaging. They went from 1983 all the way till 1988, and I now have in my possession every one of those complete sets. Very excited about that. And that was actually the third such set of sets, as I'm going to start calling it. It is a set of sets, and I have all the Drake's Cakes ones. I have all of the Donruss All-Stars now. I'm trying to remember, I made it a point to think about what I had, and I know there was a third one. And as I'm sitting here now, I can't remember which one it is, but I did note when I was thinking about my collection. Oh, that's what it is all of the Fleer box sets. So, pause. Justin, you and the nerds. Awesome Carlton Fisk 1980 catcher card for you. Hope you will enjoy that card. The Friday's question. Friday's was a little bit more up for grabs, a little bit more options for your answer. So I said, getting back to the 36 Hall of Fame induction again, I said, in the initial Hall of Fame, what happened was you could vote for whoever you wanted. You did not need to vote for a particular list, okay? But they did issue a list, kind of like of suggestions. You could have done some write-ins if you wanted to, but the Hall of Fame, those people organizing the Hall of Fame vote, did provide a recommended list of 50 names. Now, that initial list of 50 recommended names, of all of those names, all of them were eventually elected into the Hall of Fame, except for 8 individuals. My question to you was, name for me any of those 8 individuals who received votes, who were on the list for the original Hall of Fame ballot, but never, to this day, made it into the Hall of Fame. So let's take a look at them. I have cards for every one of them, believe it or not. And I'm sticking with the T206 theme, so most of them have T206 cards, all right? So let's start with the person who got the least amount of votes. A guy named Billy Sullivan for the Chicago White Sox. He was on the list but received no votes. That is a long-forgotten player in baseball, unfortunately. Guy named Billy Sullivan, longtime member of the Cleveland Indians, received 1 vote back in 1936. Again, long forgotten. Man named Kid Elberfield. If you know your T206s, you know there's a variation of this where he is with the New York Giants. He's got New York on his shirt in a variation of this T206 card. Kid Elberfield's more well-known to baseball historians, but he also received 1 vote and never made it into the Hall of Fame. Similarly, a man named Knapp Rucker. Knapp Rucker, also to me as a baseball historian, is a familiar name. He was on the Brooklyn Dodgers along with Zach Wheat back in the day. Brooklyn Robins, I suppose, or maybe the Superbas, if you know your tops, or not tops, your T205 cards, which listed the team as the Superba. One person who did not make it into the T206 card, just so you know, Knapp Rucker also got 1 vote, but This next individual never made it into the T206 set because he started after the issuance of the T206 card set. But he is perhaps the most known of all of these individuals who never made it into the Hall of Fame but did get a vote. Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson received 2 votes in 1936. There was no prohibition on electing banned players into the Hall of Fame. That didn't exist yet. In fact, it didn't exist as a rule ever for the Hall of Fame until Pete Rose was banned from baseball. That's when that rule was first established. And that rule is strictly the Hall of Fame's rule. That is not any decree for Major League Baseball, mostly because the Hall of Fame, while you assume it is part of the baseball universe, is not. The Hall of Fame is a completely separate organization from Major League Baseball. There is no financial considerations amongst the two. They sure share a lot of stuff, but they are separate organizations and have no oversight to either of, neither have oversight or control over the other. So the Hall of Fame, if it wanted to, could put Pete Rose back on the ballot, could put Joe Jackson on the ballot, and we could we could see where it goes. But since they are banned, and the current rule is they cannot be voted into the Hall of Fame, they will not be voted on for some time. And again, Joe Jackson received 2 votes back in 1936. Moving on to the last 3, guy named Lou Krieger. Lou Krieger on the Browns, St. Louis Browns. He actually received 7 votes. He has a name I'm not familiar with, believe it or not, but he got 7 votes that day. Johnny Kling. Johnny Kling is a name I do know. He was on the Tinkers to Evers to Chance Cubs. So Johnny Kling received 8 votes. And then the man who received the highest vote total of any player not yet elected into the Hall of Fame, Hal Chase. Hal Chase will likely never be elected into the Hall of Fame because whereas the possibility of being banned for life for cheating didn't exist when Hal Chase played, he was well known to be a man who threw games heavily into betting, gambling. He was a cheater up and down baseball, well known as such, but he's still a great player. Sad to know the story. Curious as to know how great he could have been if he was on the level, but he was crooked as heck. So anyway, those are the answers. Any one of those would have got you correct response. What you're playing for. Cool card here showing Jackie Robinson. This is from 2022 Topps. I think it says 2022 there. Hard for me to read with my glasses. The text is so small. Anyway, insert card in the base Topps flagship set. This is what you're playing for. Everybody up here, like I said, on the screen was kind enough to throw out a guess. So I think it was 3 Good Nerds. Oh, yeah, 3 Good Nerds got it there. They did not send in a guess here. So no reason to take them off the list. But Jesse, Bears baseball card, you are off. And we will shuffle once and spin. There we go. And spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. So I was saying, yeah, I have the Fleer box sets. That's another set of sets I now have every one of. So the Fleer box sets, I have every Fleer box set ever created from the mid-'80s into the late 80s and 1990. I have every Drake's Cake set issued from 1981 through 1988. And I have every Donruss All-Star ever created in the 80s, those 3x5 cards. So I'm trying to complete my set of sets, every set ever created. Not every set, but a lot of the great small sets I'm trying to build my collection. I just recently finished another one, and I want to show it. I'm going to show that off to you this coming week, so stay tuned for that. Plus a lot of small things off the bay. So come back for that. Another 3 quick ones. Grade Worthy. Alan over at Grade Worthy Cards just hit 3 times. Congrats to you, sir. You'll be getting this awesome Jackie Robinson card. All right. That's all I have for you today, people. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best for the business in this great card community, all right? Have a great week. I look forward to watching some of the content you guys all create. Hope you enjoy my videos. So, have a great week. Come back again next Sunday for more trivia and prizes because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy sharing. So, have a great week. Take care.